Why do so many people think it's a good idea to do this on their own?
Well, I guess sometimes people feel obligated. So, for example, a deceased left a will naming a certain person as executor. They feel personally obligated, as if that is an instruction on me to carry out all those tasks that I've been asked to do. And they feel personally obliged to carry them up themselves. Some people, of course, will think that they're computer savvy, they understand the process if they've had this experience in the past, and they will continue to do that themselves. There are a lot of information out there now online through the government websites guiding you through those processes. But of course, those are guidances, and it's not a guide essentially as you must do this and this is how. And of course you do come across things like you don't know how to complete the inheritance tax return or do the calculation, or perhaps different companies ask for different things and you're not quite sure how to deal with that. So there will be things where people do get stuck. And of course, the best thing is to seek advice when you do get stuck. So it doesn't mean that you have to give everything over and say that, I don't know anything and you can do it. Can you do this for me? And which of course is perfectly fine to ask your advisor to help you with all of it. But in some cases, it could be there's just a particular part that I'm not quite sure about. So we would jump in, give guidance, help you go through that process, and then off you go to deal whatever you need. So sometimes it feels obligation, sometimes of course it's cost. And the people think that perhaps they can save something for the estate, and they think, well, I'm obliged to save as much as I can to give to the beneficiary, and I'll try to save on costs. Now, sometimes it's counterproductive because of course you have to take time yourself to handle this. And it could be actually that you are working full time, you're looking after children. Dealing with the estate can be very consuming. A lot of information is coming in and out. You have to keep track of things. And of course you have to, when the funds start to come into the estate, as an executor, you're responsible for holding those funds yourself. So you cannot mix them with your own funds. You should have set up a separate probate bank account. So it can become quite complicated in making sure that everything's done correctly and away from independently from your own personal affairs. So we always say that make sure you take advice when you get stuck. And of course, don't think that actually saving some money that would be offset against something else is actually productive. It could be they'll make you deal with things much faster, much more efficiently. You won't get stuck on the probate process, and therefore you perhaps will save funds in the end in being able to sell the property or sell the shares that you need to very quickly when professional would be able to help you with that.